My dear students, looking at the strategic viewpoint, we were considering what could be the resources which can be brought in and would like to give a competitive advantage. From that perspective, we were looking at 5 forces model. Now we would like to see value chain model. The value chain model, again by Porter, is a framework for developing an analytical structure which follows that there are interdepartmental activities in the organization. And these interdepartmental activities, starting from raw material, not only raw material in the factory, in the company, at the production place, but rather the raw material acquisition. इसलिए कि फिर value chain में, remember the bargaining power of supplier? So raw material are acquired from the supplier. So raw material acquisition through the production, and finally after delivery and transport in the hands of the customer. ये पूरी एक वैल्यू चेन है. तो माइकल पोर्टर ने ये सजेस्ट किया कि कंपनी शुड look into this argument, how they can add value into the value chain model. And organizations are made up of subsystems, and each subsystem has its own input and transformative process and output. The output of one subsystem will become the input for the other subsystem. अब इस बात को जरा समझ लीजिए. For example, input for the design department would be the information which they will get from the market, from the customer. They will work it out, come up maybe with changes in design or changes in functions, and as an output, give their suggestions and give their final decision to the production team. So production team के लिए ये output of the design department will be input. What kind of raw material is now needed to be acquired, and how that raw material needs to be put in so that new changes in design should be incorporated. The integral link are supported by both the structure and the effective communication between direct, indirect, and support components. Value chain model also asks for that you should look for those kind of things in value chain which are of primary activity. And what are primary activities? According to the value chain model, number 1, look at the inbound logistics. How the raw material are acquired and transported, and what are the logistic arrangement, because it will otherwise affect the production planning and production schedule, and at the end, transport to the customer. Number 2, the operations at the factory. Number 3, outbound logistic. Now the products are produced, manufacturing products are produced. What is the logistic arrangement to transport from the factory to the market? And the 4th point is how the marketing and sales team are handling customer complaints, customer feedback, revenue collection. sales forecasting, sales team motivation. And the fifth point is pre-sale, during sale, after sale service. So these are the primary activities. What are the support activities? Procurement policies, HRM policies, new technology development, and of course, the infrastructure of the firm. How the company would place these activities, primary and support, in value chain will affect the cost of the product. And if the cost will go up, profit will go down. So to minimize the cost, you have to maximize the value chain in terms of minimizing the cost. Thank you.